Hello everybody, welcome back to the show. Well, it took us some doing, but I sort of figured out this GP and RF thing with extra utilities, and those of you that have used extra utilities or are very familiar with extra utilities probably think I'm pretty stupid, but I've never actually used extra utilities before, so this is all new to me. But apparently the extra utilities generates this grid power, this GP, in various ways. So these water mills, as you can see, they're each generating 16 grid power. And then I still have these solar panels, which each will generate 1 grid power normally, I think, when it's sunny and not dark and not raining, I believe. So, but the grid power doesn't have to be connected to the machinery. It's just as long as the grid power is being produced, then it is considered available for the stuff you're having. So this resonator, it's not connected to anything. There's nothing underneath it. If I put in the polished stone, you'll see that it's working. It requires apparently 8 GP in order to turn one of these into a stone burnt, and it's working even though there's nothing connected to it. And you can see the grid power is requiring and the power drain and all that in the tooltip down below. So as long as these things that generate GP are generating GP, they don't actually have to be connected to the items that use GP. It really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but okay, that's the way that works. And this culinary generator, it also requires some GP to use to work, as does the furnace, but the culinary generator will create RF power, which is used by the furnace in order to work or do anything. So in addition to it needing grid power, the furnace requires RF power, which is generated by the culinary generator, but both the culinary generator and the furnace also need grid power. Ultimately, it's a little confusing and a bit, it seems like it's overly complicated to me. It seems like there would have been, or should have been, an easier way to have done it. I don't exactly understand why it's done this way, but that doesn't really matter. Anyway, I'm using fried eggs to make power in the culinary generator. As you can see, it generates 38,400 RF, 32 RF per tick, which, is pretty good, especially considering that the way the eggs are made, the fried eggs are made, is if I just take one of these eggs and put it in a crafting bench with a skillet, that gives me the fried egg. And I have a lot of eggs, and I have lots more eggs because all of these eggs, etc., etc. So very easy way for me to be able to make the power in the culinary generator. Now, one thing I wanted to show as well, over here I have a ManaSteel chicken, which obviously creates ManaSteel, looks like ManaSteel nuggets. And if you look here at slot 4, you can see I have a TerraSteel chicken egg, which I'm going to go ahead and put in here to hatch as well. This is probably the biggest thing that I think is weird about this mod, is that I could breed a ManaSteel chicken, which creates ManaSteel, and a TerraSteel chicken, which obviously is going to create TerraSteel, which completely bypasses essentially all, a big portion of the Botania mod, the ability, having to make a ManaSteel and TerraSteel. Not, this means I don't have to do it. But, and what makes that even worse, in my opinion, is that neither of these chickens required anything from Botania to breed them. As you can see, this TerraSteel chicken came from breeding an Ender Pearl chicken and a Prismarine Crystal chicken. The ManaSteel chicken, I don't remember, but I think it was a Gas Tier chicken and a Diamond chicken. So without having to do essentially any Botania at all, I end up with a Mana Steel chicken and a Terra Steel chicken, giving me the powerful metal items from the Botania mod without actually having to do any Botania stuff. Very strange to me, very peculiar. I think that's very weird, but hey, if that's what it is, that's what it is. I guess I'll take it, right? So let me go ahead and put these guys back where they belong. The Mana Steel and the Terra Steel aren't the only things that I think are weird. For example, I have a glass chicken. He looks funny. That's just weird. But I don't really understand why there even is a glass chicken when we have a sand chicken. So glass, of course, is just made from smelting sand, so why bother having both? Just have a sand chicken and, go from there. It seems very odd to me. In addition, up here, I have a tin and copper chicken and then a bronze chicken. And again, bronze is an alloy of tin and copper, so you really don't need a bronze chicken. You could just have the tin and copper ones and combine them to make the bronze. On a similar note, silver and gold and electrum. Electrum is the alloy of silver and gold. So again, why have that? I don't get it. There's similar things here like the Invar. I believe Invar is normally a combination of iron and maybe nickel. And then there's this Constantin, which I think is an alloy of copper and something else. So it's really sort of bizarre, some of these, the ones that produce things that you can't get in any other way. So here we have Ardite and Cobalt. Those are metals that you would normally have to mine out of the nether. But there's also a Manulin chicken egg, which is, let's see, the Manulin chicken egg. It's right there. And you get that from breeding these two together. But again, since Manulin is just the combination of, where is it at? Smelting, there we go. No, alloying, there we go. It's just the combination of Ardite and Cobalt. Again, it just seems weird, like you're making Ardite and Cobalt with these guys here, why not just use the smeltery to combine them together? So the fact that you get these alloyed metals without actually having to do the alloying means you don't have to do any of the Tinker's Construct smeltery stuff. Again, it's just very strange. I'm not exactly sure why it's done that way. It just doesn't seem like a good idea, but whatever. Okay, 2 lava mills are done. Let's go look at the quest. Lava mill is complete. I get another smiley cloud. Claim. Alright, so there's 2 windmills done. Good. And go into the quest book again. And now that is complete as well. Okay, looks like the next one is the dragon egg mill. It's probably going to require a dragon egg. Let's see what it takes to make it. Oh, dragon heart, dragon's breath, dragon stone. A lot of stuff from Draconic Evolution, so clearly we are not going to be making this just yet, but good to see. And that fairly well clears off all of these quests, which is good. Okay, so I want to finish off the quests in the first area here. So the next things I need to make are a drawer controller and 2 compacting drawers. So let's go ahead and look at what that would take. The drawer controller looks like this. That's not too bad. And the compacting drawer is this, and that's also not bad. I do have a chicken that makes diamonds, so I'm gonna make those 2 things and I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, 2 compacting drawers done, and 1 drawer controller also done. Okay, so that finishes that off. Choice between a compaction drawer and a small storage crate. I don't think it really matters. Okay, next one is an upgrade drawer. I need all of these upgrade templates and then these storage upgrades. None of those are going to be too terribly difficult. I think I probably have all of the things I need for that. Okay, that gives me 16 of the upgrade templates itself. That's done. And then each of these storage upgrades, I think, just uses a different type of metal. This one uses obsidian with the upgrade template in the middle and the sticks, and then you use the various different metals. So actually I don't yet have obsidian. That's interesting. I don't have obsidian yet. I haven't apparently I haven't had a need to make any. Fortunately, that won't be very difficult. I do have these lava eggs, so I'll use those. I did not think about the fact that I don't have a way to mine up the obsidian. That was rather silly of me, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Fortunately, there isn't anything to stop me from just making a regular diamond pickaxe. Okay, so that ends off that quest. All done. Good. One of two choice rewards: storage upgrades, compacting drawers, crystal chest. I don't really know if I want any of these things, to be honest with you. Take one of those. And then I also get a personal key. So we'll take that. Done. Oops. So that ends off this. That's 100% done. Or maybe, oh, that's just the view range. Okay, so that ends off what I have here for now. That opened up I. Looks like this opens up Ender IO, so I can start making things from the Ender IO. And then looks like applied energistics. All right, that's gonna do it for this episode. What quest chain will I work on next? Tune in next week to find out. That probably won't be next week. It'll probably be sooner than that, but you know what I mean. Same bat time, same bat channel. Well, that's not the same time that I upload, and I mean, it is the same channel. It's not necessarily a bat channel. And anyway, yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I do enjoy hearing from you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.